So we start with the next name today. Bhutatma. Eighth name, Bhutatma. Bhutatma. Again, verse 1 only. Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaraha Bhutabhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhutakrit Bhutabhrid Bhavo Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavanaha. So in verse number 1, there are 9 names in all. In that, the 8th name is Bhutatma. Bhutanam Atma Bhutatma. This is the simple definition of Bhutatma. You can see the Shankara Bhashya definition here. Bhutanam Atma Antaryami. The one who stays or who is the indweller of all beings, Bhutatma. This is definition as per Shankara Bhashya, written by Adi Shankaracharya. Now, behind this, there goes a story. Now, Janaka, there was a king called Janaka. Now, Janaka, he was a Raja Rishi. Now, Janaka, this is not the name of one person. It is like a pattam or a title that is given. Just like we have Indra, Brahma, I think I told you last time. So, it is not the name of one person. There are many Janakas. So, out of that, Sita's father was one Janaka. Like this, there are many Janakas who had come in. So, usually people who have got the title Raja Rishi, they had this pattam of Janaka. Now, either we can be a king or a sage, but people like Sita's father, Janaka, they had this quality of being a king as well as a sage. So, being in the royal family also, following the duties and the responsibilities of a king, they also showed saintly qualities. That is why they were very wise. That's why when Rama went to Vanavasa, Vasishta, he proposed that let us call Janaka so that he can help us come to a conclusion whether Rama should return back to Ayodhya or Bharata. So when they met at Chitrakoot, Janaka was a person who came and advised them. That is because he was a Rajarshi, he was very intelligent. We also get this reference, Rajarshi Janakadayaha, in the Gita. So this is like this, there was one Janaka. Now this Janaka, who I am telling, once he decided to do a sacrifice. So now in olden times, if you see all the different kings who are there, they do some or the other kind of sacrifices frequently. So either it might be a Rajasuya Yajna done by Yudhishthira, Ashwamedha done by Rama, and so on. So like this particular Janaka, he decided to do a donation. So he decided to do a sacrifice, and after the sacrifice, we have to do a lot of dhanam. So Godanam, he decided to do Godan. Now that too Godanam, Goshatam, he decided to donate 100 cows to each of the Brahmins. So there were many Brahmins in his kingdom. He decided to donate 100 cows to each Brahmin. And that too, these were not normal cows. They were called as Kanakashringa Goshatam. What is Kanakashringa? Shringaha meaning horns, Kanaka gold. So the horns of all the cows, they were made of gold. So gold was put on the horns of those cows, and this is how he donated all the cows to the Brahmins. So this showed the wealth of the king plus his nature to donate. So this Janaka, this particular Janaka, he decided to do this, and all the Brahmins were also very happy. 100 cows, and that too all with gold horns. This itself shows that we are very prosperous. And he started, they all were very happy. They started talking to each other. Okay, from today we are all going to become very rich, and so on. So this Janaka also became very proud, saying that I have donated these 100 cows to each Brahmin. No king, at least till in my nearby kingdoms, would have done so. They would have not donated this at all. So all the Brahmins, everyone, sages, different sages also came there to accept this gift. They were all very happy. At that time, it so happened that a sage called Yajnavalkya, he comes there. Yajnavalkya, famous sage from the Upanishad reference, that is Yajnavalkya. He comes there and he takes all the cows. Now he says, now 100 cows have been prescribed for all the Brahmins. He had many cows were kept. He took all the cows and he went away. Now all the Brahmins have come there, and the king is also shocked. I had kept so many cows here, and now I cannot see anything. Only one person has taken all the cows and gone away. Now nobody could tell Yajnavalkya anything. Now if someone takes, say for example, you keep one thing for one person, but say they like something, if they take more, we don't go and stop the person and say, okay, you don't take. Maybe we say, okay, he liked it, he would have taken. That's it. So like this, Yajnavalkya was a great sage, and the king also did not go and stop Yajnavalkya. But all the other sages also, nobody went and told because of the respect they had for him. But everyone had come with the hope that they would also get those cows, and now Janaka's sacrifice also he had proposed to give to many sages, not only to one sage. Now when we do certain sacrifices or pariharam and all that, there are certain rules for it. Say for example, if you have to give it to so many number of people, that's how we do it. That's why whenever we do a puja or a shraddha, anything, you call a few Brahmins to our place. It's not that we call only one priest. And okay, no, I'm calling only one priest, and then I'll give the dakshina of 10 priests to this one priest. Of course, now during the corona times, there have been many things like this, wherein the priest himself proposes that, no, only one person will come, but the dakshina that you pay, you give it to all of them. I will give it to them later. Or then we have this online medium, that is one thing. So like this, things should not be done except in extreme conditions like the pandemic that we had. So for one person, like if we give the thing, if we give in donation equal to 10 people, then it is of no use. For one person, that person's their share has to be given, and 10 people have to be donated. For everyone, equal share has to be given. Then only the sacrifice will be complete. And this is not only for the sake of sacrifice. Anything that we do, this is how it should be done. But now nobody could say anything. But so then he was also sad. Janaka said, no, I have spent so much, I have put in so much efforts. So there at that time he asks his royal priest who was there. Many other sages were there. Now the sages, they did not feel bad. They said that okay, other Brahmins or other sages have come. They did not feel bad, saying that Yajnavalkya is also one of the sages. Rather, he is one of the great sages. He is the one who has separated the Taittiriya Upanishad into two parts. Krishna Yajurveda, he has segregated the Yajurveda into two parts, Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. If you know the story behind it, when he vomited the Vedas, the Taittiri birds come and eat. That's how we get the name of the Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad. That's a different story. So he is one of the great sages who has actually done the segregation of the Yajurveda also. So then let's not feel bad about it. Let him take and go away. So now, but still now, however all this is told, still we feel bad, saying that no, this should not be done. This is not the right way to do. At least for some time we do feel bad. Yeah. So now the Janaka, the king, he goes and he consults his other priests who are there. So what do the sages do? Sages say that you try to chant the Mahabharata, you try to read the Mahabharata, you organize a Mahabharata Patham, something in your kingdom, and then like in the Mahabharata it is said that whatever we do once, it is as if we are doing it many times. So it gets multiplied in hundreds and thousands. So if you even donate one cow, it's as if you have donated n number of cows. So that is a phalam of chanting the Mahabharata. So you imagine the phalam of chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama also, that has come inside the Mahabharata. So now reading the Mahabharata is again tedious, more than 1 lakh verses. So at that time, they advise that okay, if in the Mahabharata also we have Pancharatnani, the Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama, Sanat Sujatiya, Viduraniti and so on. So we can choose Vishnu Sahasranama, and in the Vishnu Sahasranama also, the 8th name can be chanted, Bhutatmane Namaha. So now Janaka said, okay, I will chant, but then physically how it is possible? Like only one person has taken it, right? So then how it is possible? Like though mentally maybe it would have reached, the phalam maybe would have reached that okay, I have completed my sacrifice by donating the cows to many people, but physically like only one Brahmin has taken it away. What about the other people? So there a very beautiful explanation is given is that physically the cows you may give later, that is fine, but if you chant this Nama, things which we cannot do, like maybe like in the case of Yajnavalkya and Janaka, though Janaka had the resources, things played a different way, and that's how only Yajnavalkya ended up taking everything. But if we chant this Nama, that is Bhutatma, the one who's inside all beings. So then he said that if you donate even to one person, it is as if all the people have got it. So with this explanation and logic, you do not worry. Maybe some future sacrifice you do, Physically, you can go and donate all the cows to all the people. But for now, all these cows, all the Brahmins and sages here, we are all satisfied. And to develop this satisfaction in us, you have to chant this Nama, Bhutatmane Namaha. So this is the story of this Nama Bhutatma. Now this is just one story. Like this, there are many stories. So now, how practically how we can apply this to us? Now, whenever many times for us also, when we do some puja or certain things, especially in today's times, if we have to do one thing, there will be 10 different problems that surround us. Like for example, now you forget about Godanam and all that. In today's times, the sacrifice is the same, puja is the same, the phalam is the same what we do. But then the things which we have to give in donation also, we do not do that. Like for example, we even have the Shraddha ceremony. On the 12th or on the 13th day, we have to do, or 10th or 11th day something, we have to do the Danam. When we do the Danam also, nowadays if you see, you have certain Dana. For example, you have slippers, stick, umbrella, then sitting mattress, little gold, silver, everything has to be donated. But now the priest, what they say, no, you don't give us all this. Maybe the gold also they might accept. But then the stick and the slippers and everything, they said, no, we don't want this. Instead, you give that in the form of money. Why do they say so? They also being, they say, now if I do the Shraddha Karma in 10 houses, I'll get 10 sticks and 10 different slippers. What will I do with them? It just goes waste. So instead of that, you give me money, I can use it for some other purpose. So now the way has changed. That doesn't mean that we are not donating, but the way has changed, we become practical. Similarly, Godanam, if we cannot do the Godanam, the Phalashruti of this Nama, Bhutatma, Bhutatmane Namaha, if it's standard, it is as if equal in giving thousands of Godanams in return. Now, why I'm telling you this is, whenever we, we have something called as, what is the exact word, like, to do some pariharam. Yes, pariharam when we do. So you go and approach someone, there are certain problems also, they will give you some pariharam. You do this, do that. So at that time, many times there are things which are impossible to do. For example, now you go and give so much gold in donation, or you go and give, say, Annadanam to thousands of people. Now whatever we can do as per our capacity, that is important. Okay, he donates food to 1,000 people, maybe I can donate food only to 10 people. So then what is the use? Like, is the pariharam, will it be completed? Yes, it will surely be completed. That is because if you chant this Nama, Bhutatma, if you develop this feeling that in everyone there is God, so even if there are 10 people or 1,000 people, it doesn't matter. God is only one, it has reached to Him alone. So you donate to one person or you donate to lakh of people, that doesn't matter. What is important is, it was bhava. You donate to the person, you help someone, that is what matters. So through the story, this is the name, or this is the meaning of this Nama, Bhutatma. So if we chant this Nama, Bhutatmane Namaha, this is how this Nama has to be chanted, Bhutatmane Namaha. And the Phalashruti of this Nama is, if we have, now usually it doesn't happen again, but if we have some court cases also against us, or if there are lawyers also who want to win some cases, then court cases will be won easily. Or even if we have some arguments also, like that within, in a small circle also, that will also be won. But when I say one, doesn't mean if we have wrong judgments, doesn't mean you do anything and we always win in life. That is not the way. If you are correct, but still someone or something is causing you trouble, surely that will be fulfilled. So that is a Phalashruti of this name, Bhutatma, Bhutatmane Namaha. Next, Bhutatma, Bhuta Bhavanaha. Last name is Bhuta Bhavanaha. The one who creates, makes them, grows and develops is Bhuta Bhavanaha. Bhutani Bhavayati Janayati Vardhayati Itiva. This is why Sanskrit knowledge is important. Bhavayati, Bhavayati means to create. Janayati meaning growth. Vardhayati, Vardhayati is development. That is why if we know little basic Sanskrit knowledge, we can immediately make out the meanings. Now Bhuta Bhavanaha. Now Bhuta Bhavanaha, what is the significance of this name is Bhutaha. Bhutaha meaning different creatures. Bhavanaha. Now the Lord who has actually created all of us, who has grown, makes us grow and develop. So the Lord does His thing properly, but we cannot do that. Now whenever we are all, now I'll give you a simple example for this. Now, if someone helps us, say for example, or we help someone, let us forget about someone helping us. If we help someone, say for example, someone is in a difficult situation, what do? We immediately we go and help that person. But maybe that person, he does not give us back, saying that he does not even regard. Or you help a person, say with 2000 rupees, the person is in need, so he says, no, I have some issues, you please help me. So you give, say, 2000 rupees. Let us consider a reasonable amount. 2000 rupees you give. A few days pass, again you meet the person. Usually what we do, someone gives us something, that to an amount like this, we usually return it back, saying that no, that day you helped, thank you for that, now I have it, I'm returning it back to you. But this person, if the person whom you give does not return back, maybe we don't go and tell the person directly, but we hold the grudge against the person that I had helped him immediately, but he has not still returned back. Or in few cases, we wait for a few days. If it doesn't happen, we ourselves, we go and ask that I had helped you, can you please return me back, right? There is nothing wrong in asking back something, because we gave something which belonged to us, right? So this feeling we develop amongst us human beings, even for a short time, right? Say for example, today I give you something. Today is a Saturday. I give you something. Maybe I wait for 1 week. If you don't give me, and maybe I'm meeting you every day, you don't give me, and you seem to be quite happy. Everything is now back to normal. Maybe I'll wait for 1 week. But till next Saturday, if you don't give, maybe I will ask you, saying that, okay, now can you return me back? So my waiting period is just 1 week. But the same thing, if we develop towards God, we don't develop that towards the Creator, this feeling. He is the one who has created us. He is the one who is keeping us happy. He is the one who is making us live on this earth, do our actions, everything properly. He is the one who is ensuring that the sun rises every day, sun sets every day, all the 12 months are functioning, earth is rotating properly, sun is revolving properly, all the trees are growing, everything is happening properly. Not one day till date it has happened that the sun has not risen, or the moon has not risen, or it has not rained, or it is not summer, it is not winter. Everything is happening properly. But am I having the regard to the Lord, saying that, am I having the rinam that we have? This is called Brahma rinam. Am I having the rinam? Rinam is loan. Loan is that feeling that, okay, this person has helped me, I should give him back something. Do we even develop this feeling towards the Lord? We don't do that. But with our fellow human beings, even for 10 rupees, 100 rupees, I'm just telling you in terms of money, it can be anything. We just wait for one week. And in that 1 week also we keep thinking, oh, I gave him, he did not give me. I gave him, he did not give me. Same thoughts come. So you imagine the Creator, what all thoughts he would be having. For this person, I'm ensuring that he is born properly, he is growing properly. All the natural elements that I've created, I'm ensuring that they are all working properly. For whom? For all the creatures whom I have created, for all the bhuta, so for all the protection or the good development of the bhuta, that is bhuta bhavana, I am doing everything. But the God does not expect anything in return, that okay, I have done this for you, now you give me something back. No. But what he wants is, at least you develop this feeling in you that okay, someone is helping you, someone is ensuring that you grow, someone helps us nourish. At least to have this feeling is important. But there, that also we don't do. We go and argue, who's the Creator, what you did. Now if you just look around everything, you forget about God and all other things. There might be people who don't believe in the concept of God. Yes, we have to respect that. It is everyone's own mindset. What about the natural elements? Take the example of the sun. Every day the sun rises, every day the sun sets. It's not one day that okay, 24 hours it's only night. Until and unless you are in the two poles. So there, such things if you imagine, the one day can we imagine without the sun? Okay, today the sun decides that no, I'm not going to rise. One day even if we feel lazy, the sun does not feel lazy. So we regard the sun, no, it's a non-living thing. You cannot regard it as a non-living thing. Every day it rises. You go to the beach side, you can actually see the sun setting and sun rising up. If it is a non-living thing, it will not move, right? So when the sea waves are coming continuously, it is not still, right? One day what if the waves don't come, water is just still, we cannot even regard that as an ocean. Tree, if it is just standing still, we cannot regard it as when leaves have to move, right? And then only we feel that it is a tree. Otherwise it is equal to a plastic tree. So when all other elements are there to support us, we need everything, soil, mud, earth, trees, water, sun. When all the other things are supporting, God himself also gives us good satsanga like all of us, good company. When everything has been given to us, when everything is there in our favor, but still when we cannot develop the feeling that everything is for our welfare, when we cannot develop that okay things are being done for our good, when we cannot develop the feeling of gratitude. Now this nama especially tries to show us gratitude, to have not only to God and the creator alone, but to all the people and things around for which we are grateful. So to develop the feeling of gratitude, that is the significance of this nama, bhuta bhavanaha. So the Vishnu Sahasranama. Now for this, different people can give you different explanations also. I felt that this explanation is the best, so I am trying to tell you as per my understanding. So here the feeling of gratitude is very important. So one is, it is not that only we look at with maybe a Puranic point of view or only a mythological story, some story of Vishnu has to come in. That is not alone. Bhishma tries to tell Yudhishthira that if you develop this feeling of gratitude, you will be, half of your problems will go away. Someone helps us, if we say, okay, thank you, you have helped me. When I needed, someone came to my help. So we have to always remember that. Okay, he helped and went away. Easily we forget the good things. Someone says 50 years back, something evil someone says, till date we remember that. No, that day he had told me something. We had an argument with him. We don't. So why, if you can forget some good things also, if someone helped you, if we can forget that easily, then why do we not forget someone things that are told evil? This is human mentality, right? Small thing someone would have told us, maybe we had a very minor argument 50-60 years back, we remember that till date. No, that day he had told me this, I'll never forgive you all through my life. Someone does something good, we just say thank you and move about. Or sometimes even the thank you is not said, we forget the next day, right? I'm not saying it happens with everyone. This is what is usually human mentality. Good things we forget easily, but bad things are always remembered. That is why till date we remember Ravana. You remember Rama or no, that is one thing, but Ravana is surely remembered. Even the Kauravas are remembered. Duryodhana is remembered. So Bhuta Bhavanaha, this name tries to show the Lord who is there, who is always taking care of us. That is why for this you have a beautiful story of Lord Krishna of Guruvayur. What he says, Guruvayur, if you go, you have the temple of Lord Krishna in Kerala. So there it is said that the Lord is waiting for all his devotees with open hands. And there he says that, please come and please visit me. And then what we do for us, we just go, we stand in the queue 3 hours, 4 hours. There also we are complaining, oh it's so hot, when will the queue move, this, that. At that time, now there will be some people, they will chant the shlokas of Krishna and all that. That is one thing. But generally what we do usually, for some time maybe we chant. But after that, no, we'll just be talking here around with people, whoever is with us. Or we just spend time thinking about when will the queue move and all about. In that 3 hours, for how long do we actually think about the Krishna? Even standing in Guruvayur, we don't think about Krishna. Then finally you go, you see the Lord for 1 minute, not even a minute, for a few seconds you see, and then the crowd is pushed away. So at that time, what time? I came for 3-4 hours just to see the Lord for a few seconds, right? So there is a story behind this. If you read the stories of Guruvayur, because it is in relation to this name, I'll tell you. So there were many devotees who complained, or now even we don't complain, but we have a feeling. Now even for standing in a queue for many hours, even for a few minutes we see the Lord, we are satisfied. But practically if you think, what now, we go on a trip, say for example you have to travel for say 2-3 days, or 1-2 days you travel, you have a train journey. Now if our train journey is for 2 days, we ensure that we stay in the place for minimum 3 days, right? It's not that okay, today I go, I'll reach tomorrow night, only 1 day I'll stay there, again I come. Until and unless it is some emergency or something very urgent you go, then it is that's a different thing. But if you go on a vacation also, you're going to visit a new place, we ensure that we stay there more than our travel time, right? You have come from so far, I have to spend time, right? We make such statements. But when we go to visit a temple, we don't apply this logic. What we do, I have 5 hours I'm standing here, I'm seeing the Lord for just 1 or 2 minutes and we are satisfied. Sometimes you stay in a place for 10 days, no, still I did not see properly. Wherever I went, it was closed, or it was not proper, the place was not good, we complain. Go to a temple, we don't have these feelings, right? But then, practically, it is so that, no, so much I have spent, at least 1 hour I should be able to see the Lord. If I'm standing in a queue for 5 hours, at least 1 hour I have to see. That is all not possible, hardly a few seconds. Go to Tirupati, you go to Guruvayur, or any temple you go, you're just pushing, and even 1 second we see where is my bag, where is my this, where is my that, is everything there with me, we are thinking about all that. So then one devotee, now usually there are some devotees in Guruvayur especially, he prayed to the Lord, and one day he said, he told the Lord, he told Krishna only directly that, what is this? What logic? I am not understanding at all. I am standing in the queue for so many hours, but hardly few seconds I'm able to see. Now the queue in Guruvayur, of course, today it would have been increased manifold times, but still, even from before, it was there. So then this devotee prays. So at that time, Krishna also feels. Now this is all Puranic stories, folk tales. So Krishna says that even he feels that, oh, what this person is telling is actually correct. Practically, logically, if you think, it is correct. So then he goes and he tells the devotee that it's a very beautiful explanation. What he tells is, you are standing in the queue for say from morning 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you are waiting in the queue, and maybe at around 8 or so I give you darshana. And then you see me for till 8, 5 or so you see me. Let me consider 5 minutes. You see me and then you go away. So now 4-5 hours you have spent for me. During this 4-5 hours, actually for how much time did you remember me, or how much time did you see me? For 2 minutes or so you saw me physically, right? Even when you saw me physically, now in the Lord of Guruvayur, if you see, he is in the form of a small boy. That too the black or we can say a very dark complexion statue. For how long you saw me physically with your eyes, okay, a boy, Pitambara Vastram, Chandana Lepam and so on, you see with the lotus, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, everything in hand, the form of a small boy, you have seen me. But for how long, even when you were seeing me physically with your eyes, did in your mind did the thought of me come? That is also very rare. Maybe at that time also, okay, when is my bus next? When should I leave back? Is my bag proper? Who's pushing me from behind? Are my belongings proper? Is my purse not stolen? We are staring at the Lord. We are looking at His Murti. But actually, are we concentrating on Him? Or even now when I am speaking to you, in my mind, some other thoughts are running. All of you, when you are listening to me, some thoughts are running. Or maybe side by side, we are doing something else, right? So, the Lord gives a very beautiful answer. An explanation for this is that I am the one, I am Bhuta Bhavanaha. I ensure that you are there. Even before the time you were born, you were inside your mother's womb. I was there, I was looking at you. From the time you were born, I am looking at you. From the time you are standing in the queue outside, I am looking at you. Even when you are coming in front of me and standing, I am looking at you and blessing you. Even now, after you go back home, you will get busy in all your activities. But I still have an eye on all my devotees. Therefore, do not worry that even if you cannot see me physically, you are human beings. Maybe for you, only when you see something physically, you can experience that. But for me, I am Bhuta Bhavanaha. I am the only one who has created you. I am ensuring that you are growing, you develop, you live a good life, because ultimately, if you are born from me, you have to get back to me. So all my devotees, I ensure that they are all happy. So you don't worry that even if you have this grudge, that you can see me physically for only 1 or 2 minutes, I am seeing my devotees all over my life, throughout my life. So it is not needed that you have to stand in me physically. I don't have such things. Even in the corner of any place, if you stand, I am always having a watch on my devotees. So you don't worry about that. Even if you don't see me, I have already seen you. So this is a very beautiful explanation that Lord Krishna himself gives to this devotee. And the devotee who heard this explanation had tears in his eyes, saying that when the Lord himself comes and tells me these things, how ignorant we devotees are. When the Lord says that, you don't worry, that I am seeing you always, I am always seeing my devotees. But we human beings are so ignorant. In spite of standing in front of the temple, also we are complaining, and in spite of having things in front of us, we say, for example, we do our everyday puja. You have the image of Lord in front of you. We are staring at the idol, but do we even think of the idol? Maybe we have some other thoughts in our mind. So then he feels so bad and he starts crying. For that, again, Lord Krishna comes and tells us, you don't feel bad. That is why you are a human being, I am God. So you don't have to feel bad about this. This is but natural, that happens with all human beings. But yes, you try to develop these qualities. But even if you cannot try, at least don't have this feeling that, no, I waited for 5 years and I saw you for 1 minute. Try to develop this quality of Bhuta Bhavanaha. Just as I have developed this quality, is that all the devotees are within me. I am watching all the devotees. And when the Lord says that all the devotees are within me, I am always watching you, doesn't mean that he is also traveling everywhere. Now, if I go to the washroom, he'll come with me. If I go to the kitchen, he'll come with me. Physically, does he come along? No, we cannot feel that. but he's there with me. This feeling we have developed. So the Lord also says that I have developed this feeling that all the devotees are within me. I am always within them. Similarly, you also develop this feeling that God is within you and you are also within him. If you develop this feeling, things will be very happy, that you will lead a very happy life and there will be no amount of worries and complaints at all. So to develop this feeling of Bhuta Bhavanaha is very, very important. So this name is Bhuta Bhavanaya Namaha. This is a nama that has to be chanted. And the Palashruti is, for this now there is a different Palashruti. What has been told as per Parashara Bhatta. Parashara Bhatta, that is was come in the Ramanuja Parampara. As per his commentary, when I read, the Palashruti that has been told is for people who suffer from some kind of handicaps. Handicaps, it can be physical or mental. So especially some children, they cannot walk properly, or few people, again small children also, they have those mental disorders. Even older people also can get it, or especially small children, some mental disorders, they don't know what to do, what they are doing. So for any kind of physical handicaps or mental disorders, this nama can be chanted Bhuta Bhavanaya Namaha. So the Lord, he has created, he makes us grow and develop. So he will ensure that all our problems go away, and he ensures that the person gets to normal soon. So this is the Palashruti of this nama. Did everyone understand this? Okay. Now there is two namas. If we tell this story, Vishnu Sahasranama will not get over for the next 2 years. But still, one more story I remember. For this I'll tell you. Bhuta Bhavanaya Namaha. For this you get reference even to Sita. Nimi Maharaja. Nimi Raja was a person who comes in the dynasty of Janaka, the dynasty of Mithila. So that's why Nimi Desham, or even Sita's Vamsha, is also called as Nimi. So in that Chandra Vamsham, the king is Nimi. So there at that time, Nimi say, now in Sanskrit, there is a verb for closing the eyes. Closing the eyes, there is a verb. Naganathan theriyuma? Closing the eyes. Does anyone else know? No, Netratrayaya Vaushata, that comes in the Sankalpa. Suchaya ji, or near that? Nimilita. I am asking the verb. Vartaman Kalaha. Vartaman Kalaha, Prathama Vachanam, verb I am asking. Nimilayati. Nimilita, that is closing of the eyes. That is if you have to just make a statement. But the verb is Nimilayati. Nimila, that means to close the eyes. That is how this Nimi Maharaja has got this name as Nimi. That is what one significance says. So then he comes there and he finds Sita always sitting with her eyes closed.
Akka, word for closing eyes enna?
Nimilayati. This is a verb. And Nimilita is closing the eyes. Okay. So that's how the name is. Nimilayati. This is a verb, Kriya Pada. And Nimilita is closing of eyes. Chuma, in general. Okay. So then the Nimi Maharaja, he comes there, he sees Sita closing her eyes and sitting. So then at that time, Nimi asks her, why you are sitting like this? What is the reason? Sita says that I am closing my eyes and thinking about the form of Rama in the form of Bhuta Bhavanaha. Then here he is confused. Nimi says, you have Rama here, go and meet Rama, think about him. You can go and stay with him physically. Why you have to close your eyes and think about it? Sita says that when he is physically with me, that is one thing. But even when he is physically around, it is not necessary that I have to always think with him, think about him, right? Only when I close my eyes and think deeply, I can feel about Rama. So I'm trying to develop this feeling that even when Rama is not physically there with me, I should be able to remember him. And this, when she had done this at a younger age, later in life it became very useful when she was 10 months at the house of Ravana, when Rama was not physically present with her. But at that time, because she had developed this quality of Bhuta Bhavanaha, thinking of the Lord in the form of Bhuta Bhavanaha, by closing her eyes, it became useful there. So Sita is an incarnation of Mahalakshmi herself. She had developed this quality of thinking of the Lord in the form of Bhuta Bhavanaha. So this is the story that goes behind this. Let's go about. Next is Putatma. second verse. With this, the second shloka starts. Putatma Paramatma cha Muktana Paramagatihi Avyayah Purushasakshi Kshetragnokshara Evacha. First name is Putatma. Putatma is something very pure. Putatma is one who is pure. Now, for this, again, now this will be like a repetition, but still you can just remember. Now, if you remember, I had told you the story of Markandeya, who had adopted a 5-year-old daughter, and that's how Lord Vishnu comes there. And the Lord daughter, now Vishnu was a very old man. The story of Uppiliyappan, if you remember. So then at that time, Markandeya tells a condition that my daughter knows to know everything. She knows to cook food, but she doesn't know how much salt has to be put. So that's how in the temple, even if today if you go in the Uppiliyappan temple, all the Nevidyam is made without salt, but it seems to be very tasty. Not seems to be, it is very tasty. That is what is believed. So even without salt also, now without salt we cannot imagine food. Forget about being tasty. But in this temple, the Nevidyam that is offered is without salt, and that is very, very tasty. That is because the form of the Lord in the form of Putatma. Putatma is purity. Everything that is just pure, that is present in the Lord. So this actually, the name for Putatma, it will be a repetition of stories. So just as, so now this is the story that is there. Again, the same Markandeya story has to be applied here. But how the meaning has to be interpreted, or how did the word come as Putatma, on this we have a significance. What is the significance? Just as in life also, how you can apply it to everyday life is 10 things are there in front of us. Say for example, 10 different things. You can consider them to be gifts. 10 gifts are present in front of you. But out of those 10 gifts, maybe you like only 5 of them. Remaining 5 you don't like. Say for example, small children, you have your own birthdays. So on the birthday we get different kinds of birthday gifts. So what it happens? Usually, now it's not that everything that we get as birthday gift will be completely new, right? Usually you given a birthday gift, it will be a tiffin box or a bag, water bottle. So it's not that I don't have that, right? A school bag, water bottle, tiffin box, books, everything we have, toys, games. But if someone gives a gift, we accept that happily. But Indians, we are very smart. What do? Now I'll tell you my own example. In my house, I have myself and my brother. So in my young days, when we used to go, not come for our parties, when we used to go for a birthday party, we had this concept of return gifts, right? So whatever return gift we used to get, because we are the both of us, and in our neighboring area, we were the only two who were siblings. So the rest everyone was just they were alone. So then from our house, 2 people we had to go. So we used to go. So return gifts, whatever we used to get, that used to be 2. So whatever, say for example, we got a bottle or a box or anything, the gifts that we gave, and that too we had 2 people used to go, but the gift will be only 1. Very smartly we went there, but the return gifts we have to get 2, right? But the same thing used to be given. Now some people, maybe they felt bad for us. They used to think a lot about us, so at least they used to give a different color. So that that is same thing, both of you can have different colors. But 90% it was the same gift for everyone, they had bought the same thing. So now what? But 2 things, now what we'll do? 2 water bottles, 2 bags. So everything we used to have 2. Then we'll use only 1, right? Water bottle and everything. If it is the same thing that is there, 1 we'll take, the other we used to keep it. And the other which it used to be kept, that used to be used for someone else's birthday gift. Right? So like this, smartly we did a lot of saving, right, from a young age. So the same thing here, what it happens, how it is, why I told you this, how it is related to this name is Putatma. So many times, things which we don't need also, which are not that much useful, but still we have to take it and accept it. So this acceptance. So though I gave you this example that, now if 2 bottles are going to be given to both of us, we did not say that no, I don't want. Unless maybe practically you think and say no, we were happy, no, 2 we are getting, why not leave that, let us take the other one too. That is one thing. But the second feeling that we develop is, okay, 2 people have gone, they are giving it, it is the same thing, we have already got one, we are not going to use it, maybe we are going to give it to someone, or it's just going to lay down somewhere, but still I accept that. So it's not that we like it, but we go and accept it. Just as in a birthday party, you get for your own birthday, you get some gifts. Out of the 10 gifts, maybe you like only 5. Remaining 5 we don't like, but still we accept it. So this acceptance quality, I give you a very easy example so that you can relate. In life also, similarly, what the Lord tries to show here is, though He is the one, He is Putatma, He is a pure soul who is always consciousness, all consciousness. Putaha Atma Yasya Saha Putatma. Putaha meaning pure, or always who's conscious, that is Putatma. So just as he is very pure, one who chants this nama, his soul also tries to be pure and his heart will be free of grudges or any complaints. So to lead a complaint-free life, this nama has to be chanted Putatmane Namaha.
So, Akka, in the Putatma, இது அர்த்தம் acceptance quality.
Acceptance quality, that is a Phalashruti, Artham pure soul.
அப்புறம் இது chant பண்ணல என்ன benefit?
Soul is pure, soul gets pure. Namakkulla it develops a quality of purity. That way. And second quality, Ama, correct. And second is we leave, so now with this pure soul, and if we use such things, maybe some people will not get it, or even including me. So instead of that, a very simple explanation that we can take, which we can relate to our lives, is lead a complaint free life. 10 things we like, 20 things we won't like in life. Whatever happens, maybe some things you like it, but it's not that everything in life will be liked by everyone, right? That doesn't happen that way. 5 things you like, 5 things you won't like. That's why life is full of happiness and sorrow. Therefore, the acceptance quality, whatever has in life, without having an impact. Now some people, when something very sorrowful happens or things which we don't like happens, we feel very sad, or we get angry, we go and fight, we go and argue. So to be free from all things, and all this ultimately leads to our own trouble, right? If you get angry on someone, or now some people again will have, no, everything around is so bad, the world is bad, no, I don't like what is happening and so on. If you're going to complain, it's not that each and everything you can change, right, in the world. Now, no, I don't like the way the government is functioning. We sit at our homes and tell that, I don't like this particular leader, I don't like that particular minister. We make such statements. What can we do for that? From our side, whatever you can change, that is fine. But what you cannot change, you try to accept that, you see what is good in it, and you try to live with it, right? So this development, now if we try to develop this quality, you will see our life will be very happy. Otherwise, throughout our life, we'll be just complaining. Now, say 5 things are happy, good in our favor. Instead of appreciating that, if you look at the 10 things that are not good in life, then we will have to be always sad because we are thinking about the 10 things which we don't have instead of the 5 things which we have. Now, or this one more example I'll give you. Now, especially children, not only children, I'll say even elders, we have this human people, we have this nature of looking at others and comparing, right? We look at someone and we compare. Okay, he has got that, but I've not got this. We always don't go and maybe tell it in open, but still this feeling is there. Oh, this person, I know him from a long time. Every year I see that he buys a new car. As soon as a new model comes, he buys a new car. So we are not jealous also, but then that one feeling comes that, oh, I also have a car. It's not that I don't have a car. I'm also having the car, but it's a very old model. I don't buy it every year. Maybe once in 10 years or so I might change. That depends. That also is not fixed. But then this person, he buys it every year. So every year he is buying a new model. So we have a grudge towards that. Next, you just keep going on the road. You come to a person who's just walking on the road. Maybe you meet a person, and then he says that every day he travels in crowded trains and buses. Randomly you talk to the person. He says that, no, I'm the only working person in my family. I've got a job quite far away. So every day I use the public transport because I don't have my own vehicle. I cannot even afford it. Now when you look at this person, when you hear his story, at that time you feel blessed, saying that, oh, at least I have a car, I have my own vehicle, I don't have to travel in the crowded train or bus, and it's not that if I don't go, I cannot afford and so on. So at least, if not every year, at least once in 10 years or so, I can afford that, and at least I have my own vehicle for myself. So I'll be happy with that. So this is one simple example I give you. Rather than complaining about what we don't have, to be happy with what we have, to develop this feeling is Bhutatma. Okay, did everyone understand? Bhutatmane Namaha. This is the name of this. Is this clear? Okay. Next is
Very nice.
okay, Paramatma. Now the explanation that I am giving you, if you just for as a disclaimer I'm telling. Now some people, if you maybe listen to many great Upanyasakas, they will also give you good explanations. In fact, that will be excellent explanations. But maybe from a very, the only thing I am including is I'm just giving you simple examples so that we can relate it. Ultimately, it should not happen that we are just learning something and going about. We don't know to okay, Bhutatma, pure soul. What pure soul, what pure body? If I say, 10 people will run away from here, right? What soul and body you're talking about? Sorry. You tell me something which I can understand, right? So that is how the main importance is, just by merely chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama, how we can relate it, how it will be applicable to my life. This is what we should know. Okay, next is Paramatma. This is a very simple meaning. Pure soul we have seen. Next is Bhutatma, Paramatma. Paroma yasyati iti Paramatma. This is a definition. Paramascha asau atma cheti Paramatma, says Shankara Bhashya. That means the ultimate. There is nothing beyond that. For this now there is a proper story. Once Shantanu, Bhishma's father Shantanu. Before getting the name of Bhishma, he had this name of Devavrata. So Devavrata, so Shantanu, just as every father does, he used to tell his son. Now in today's times, no father tells that you meditate, do this, do that. We don't say. It is other things. Maybe you study, you go and do this, go and do that, go into sports, go into drawing, go into academics, everything, go abroad and study. So today's father's mindset has changed. But the basic rule is fathers do keep telling some, do this, do that. Not only fathers, it will be for even mothers. So similarly, this Bhishma's father also, Shantanu, used to always keep telling Devavrata, you have to meditate on the Lord, and so on. So then Bhishma said, okay, but then Bhishma now was very smart. Like any father, like any son, he went and he questioned his father. So then you're telling me, do dhyanam, meditate. Whom should I meditate? What should I meditate upon? So he says, you meditate on Lord Vishnu, you meditate on the Lord. Not only Lord Vishnu, any Ishta Devata you like, any God, you meditate on that. Bhishma says, okay. Bhishma was very smart. He said that, okay, you're saying that. Next question he asked, why should I meditate? So he said, no, if we meditate, if we think about the Lord, we do all good things, we'll be happy. I said, okay. Then next question Devavrata asks that, do all the people meditate in the world? Bhishma says, yes. Shantanu says, yes, a good human being will surely meditate. Do the gods also meditate? He said, yes. Does Lord Vishnu himself also meditate? Now Shantanu was confused. He said that the same question I had asked even to Narada. That's Vishnu. Now, because here Devavrata's question is very practical. He says, okay, practice what you preach. You say this, right? So then the Lord also must do some of the other kind of bhakti. Now, everyone, you forget about again religion here. Now, when I say meditation or dhyanam, it does not always regard that you sit in a silent place and just close your eyes and sit in dhyana mudra. That need not be meditation alone. Doing something with full faith. Now, for example, from 9 to 10, whatever I am saying here, if you are listening, that also is dhyanam. When I am talking, this is also a form of dhyanam. So, indulging ourselves in good things, remembering Lord for some time, and also doing positive things, that also is dhyanam. So, the dhyanam, it need not always be only meditation alone. Okay, so this one thing we have to understand. Dhyanam, okay, I'm just closing my eyes for 5 minutes and I do dhyanam. It need not be meditation alone. So indulging ourselves in any good activities, that can also be dhyana, but we have to give our 100% in it. So here Shantanu, so Devavrata had asked this question. So we are all doing dhyanam on some or the other thing, right? So Devavrata asked this question that if you say the Lord also meditates, he is also indulged in dhyanam, on whom does he do dhyanam? Now all of us, we do dhyanam on Lord, we say, because now we do dhyanam or we focus on something or someone who is somewhat higher to us. Or say for example, you go to a workplace, you listen to your seniors. So however wrong, even if you don't like or you cannot accept what the person says, still because he is a senior, he is your manager also, we have to go and listen to that person, right? We don't have an option. So similarly, so that is because of the seniority of that person, or because you are under a particular person, we have to listen to him. So now this is what happens. Now here Bhishma had a question. If like this everyone is following, now you say in life, some or the other, all the chains of life you see, someone is there over us, right? So generally it is God whom we regard. In our everyday life also someone, for a child his parent, or a child his teacher, for a man his boss, for a woman someone, like this. So like this, for everything in life we have someone senior who is above us. So here Bhishma asks, who's like this for the Lord? Whom does he report to? What does he do? Whom does he meditate upon? If you say you meditate, Lord also has to do something. Shantanu says, yes, even I had this question. I went and asked this to Narada before. Narada was also confused. Now if someone asks, now you can remember this. Even if your children ask tomorrow, you can give them this answer. Narada says, okay, now this is a very good question, right? Lord is, everyone is meditating on the Lord. Whom does Lord meditate upon? Right? Or what does he do? He goes to the Lord directly. And then he says that, and he says, okay, let me ask Narayana himself, he will answer me. He goes to Lord Vishnu. There he goes to Vaikuntha and he sees Lord Vishnu worshipping a form, an idol of Lord Vishnu with Shankha, Chakra, Gada. He's sleeping on the Shesha and so on. He's worshipping himself. Narada is surprised. He says, what is this? You're worshipping yourself? From when have you become so arrogant that you're worshipping yourself? Now no one do we do like this? We make a photo or an idol of ourselves and we are worshipping, we offer flowers, this, that. No. Usually, when do we do that? When a person is no more, right? So that's why usually it is said that we must not keep big photos and offer flowers and everything for ourselves. We have those small photographs, that is one thing, as a memory we do keep it. But usually only when people die, we worship a person this way. Dear Lord Vishnu is in Vaikuntha, he is doing arati for himself, he is offering flowers, Naivedyam, everything. And the Lord himself is doing this. Narada goes and questions, what are you doing? I thought you are the Lord of the three worlds. I am chanting your Nama 24/7. People claim me to be a Raja. People claim me to be a Deva Rishi. People claim me to be your greatest devotee. And here you are worshipping yourself. What is this? Vishnu says that there is no one who is high to me. There is no one who is senior to me. Now this is not arrogance. This is not pride. Please get one thing clear. Till date, there has been nothing more than the Lord. I'm saying till date. Tomorrow we don't know. It's not going to change. But still, this is what Vishnu tells. Because here he doesn't show his arrogance or pride. He says till date, there is not something beyond the Supreme, right? But therefore, but still I believe in the quality of practice what you preach. Only if today I do bhakti and devotion, I do dhyanam like I'm worshipping, my devotees will also do. If I don't do it, nobody will do it. But because there is none who is great or superior to me, I don't have an option. Therefore, I have made a form of myself. That is what you have, the form in the form of Srirangam. Srirangam temple you go. Ramanatha of Srirangam, he was worshipped. Sorry, the Ranganatha of Srirangam, he was worshipped by Lord Vishnu or the Rameshwara, Lord Vishnu himself, not the Rameshwara, Srirangam. So that's how you have the story of how the Lord has come down. He was given to Ikshvaku line kings, that was passed on to Rama. That's how Rama came to Sriranga, the Ranganatha Swami temple. Rama, he has worshipped himself in the form of Ranganatha. But there is no option because at that time he was in Naravatara. He was a man, he was not Vishnu. In the form of man, Rama had worshipped. So like this, so here Narada like this, saying that even though the Lord is, now the Lord need not worship. Now if you just imagine like this, if the Lord is worshipping himself, he wants something from the Lord. Now for all of us, what we do, we pray to the Lord and we wait till our blessings are given. There is no guarantee that our wishes will be fulfilled. But for the Lord, what will he do? He'll just wait, he'll pray, and if he wants to bless, if he wants his wishes to be fulfilled, he only has to do that. So this is so nice, right? We pray and then immediately we give it to ourselves. That doesn't happen that way in the case of the Lord. But then what he does is, then why should he even worship? He wants something, he himself can give it to himself. But then he says that he believes that if I don't do, nobody will do it. That is why there is one more story. In Krishnavatara, Rukmani tells Krishna, saying that you are the Lord, everyone says. Now Krishnavataram, remember that it's a Purnavataram, unlike Ramavatara. Ramavatara is Naravatara, wherein Rama does not show anywhere that he is Lord. That is why he cries for Sita, he goes to the forest, everything he does like a normal human being. But in Krishnavatara, from the day he was born, Krishna showed everything. Krishna showed all his different antics, and each and every place he tried to show that he is God. Even as a small baby, the different asuras who came in the form of a cart, in the form of a whirlwind, Putana, everything. From that day onwards, people knew that he was God. So Krishna tried to show in his avatara that sorry, that he is Lord himself. So Rukmini says that okay, everyone is worshipping you as God, and you should also worship someone. If you don't do it, nobody is going to do it. You do something. So then she tells in a humorous way. Krishna tells, whom should I worship? At that time it is said that Rukmini advises, you make an idol for yourself, you worship yourself as Krishna, you worship yourself as Vishnu. You do the proper worship like any other devotee. You forget that it is you yourself who are present in. If you show the right form of bhakti, all the devotees will do the same. Krishna agrees to this. He makes a form of Lord Vishnu. And it is the same Vishnu who is in Guruvayur temple today. So the Lord that we see in Guruvayur, the idol that has been worshipped by Lord Krishna himself in Krishna Avatara. That is the Mahima of the temple of Guruvayur. And this idol that was worshipped by Krishna during Krishna Avatara days, the same idol has travelled from Mathura. Mathura, Krishna lived there. Mathura, Gokula, Mathura, Vrindavana, and goes to. Rukmini had told this quite before. Okay, Rukmini, not only during Rukmini Kalyana, it was quite before. In the form when she was also an incarnation of goddess Mahalakshmi. Then finally it goes to Dwaraka. Dwaraka is the last place where Krishna and Rukmini, the Yadava clan, gets destroyed. So at that time Uddhava, one of the great devotees and childhood friends of Krishna, he was also present there. Now Krishna says, now my avatara is getting over, but now this idol of Lord Vishnu, whom I have been worshipping for so long, that has to be kept somewhere. So I am giving it to you, you worship. Uddhava takes it. Then Uddhava says, now what I am going to do with this? Even now if Krishna goes away, I have to also live. I don't have I am going to go and do some meditation and so on. I am going to Badrikashrama, north. So I cannot carry the Lord. There I will not get the proper resources for worship, flowers, this, that and everything. So I cannot take it. So what he does, at that time, Guru and Vayu both come and further they take it down to Kerala and establish the Lord in Guruvayur. So this is a story that goes behind this. Point I am trying to say is Paramatma, even the Paramatma, Paramoho iti Atma, even that Atma also is worshipping some other thing. Though he worships himself, at that time he does not regard that he is only, I am worshipping myself. No. He tries to worship to show a way to the whole world that only by doing bhakti, only by worshipping the Lord, we can attain, only then you will be happy. So this is Paramatma. So this is the significance of this Nama, Paramatma. So the Phalashruti of this Nama is... so now again I will complete the story, sorry. So here Narada, so Vishnu gives this explanation to Narada, and then that's why Narada says that even today if we go to Badrikashrama, the essence itself of the Badri Kshetra, the Badrinath temple, if you go, whenever you go there next time, you have to sit there at least for 5 minutes and do some meditation. Dhyana Kshetram. Even today, the forms of Narayana, the form of Nara and Narayana, are said to be doing meditation in that. Nara and Narayana, they are forms of Vishnu only, but they are meditating on the Lord. Why this is kept there? To show to the world that meditation, dhyanam on the Lord is very, very important. How do we do dhyanam? By maybe chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama. Maybe we cannot sit and do dhyanam like Nara and Narayana, but other ways have been shown by chanting this Nama, Paramatmane Namaha. So, Narada gives this answer. Narada gets its answer, very beautiful answer, from the Lord himself. Lord Vishnu himself says that in this way I worship and show the whole world the dhyanam is very important. Narada comes and tells this answer to Shantanu. Same answer is told by Shantanu to Bhishma. That's how Bhishma remembers this told by his father, and then he includes his name in the Vishnu Sahasranama, Paramatmane Namaha. So, this is the significance and the essence of this name. So with this we have seen today Paramatma. So the first 3 names we have seen: Vishwam, Vishnu, Vashatkaraha. Vishwam, the entire world is in him, that is the Lord. Vishnu, he is there in everyone. So these are opposites. And Vashatkaraha, Vashatkaraha, by chanting different mantras and Vedas, especially the Yajurveda, Yajna, sacrifices are done, different mantras are chanted, and the Lord is worshipped. So that was the meaning of Vashatkaraha. So one who is worshipped by chanting different Veda mantras. So these were the definitions. I had already shared it on the group. Now these definitions are from Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashya that he has written on Vishnu Sahasranama. So the Sanskrit Bhasha, how you break it, the breaking of the words with the samasa. This is called a samasa. How samasa is a compound word. How the word is broken. Its definition as per Adi Shankaracharya's Bhashya that is given here. So it seems to be a bit philosophical, but through different stories and meanings, I've already told you the names of the first three names. Now we'll continue. We start with the fourth name. Let's look at this verse. Fourth is Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu or Bhuta Bhavya Bhavannathaha. Now, Bhuta. Bhuta in general means all kinds of creatures, different creations that are there. We are also a Bhuta only. Now, this Bhuta has got nothing to do with the Bhuta that we use in everyday language. For example, like a devil or an asura, something like that, we say, no, that is not Bhuta. We are also Bhuta. So, Bhuta Ganas, when we say Lord Shiva's, Nandi and all his companions are called Bhuta Ganas. So, they are not normal human beings. They seem to be a bit absurd. Now, if you have seen Lord Shiva's Ganas or his, you can say like his army, along with Nandi and a few other people. Now, Nandi is a bull, but the other people who are along with Shiva, they do not seem to be like normal human beings. They look like asuras, but actually they are not asuras. Therefore, they are called Bhuta Ganas. So, though they do not look like normal human beings, but they are good people who serve Lord Shiva. They are called as Bhuta Ganas. So, that is one meaning of Bhuta. Second meaning of Bhuta is all of us. The living creation is called Bhuta. Human beings, animals, birds, small insects. This is Bhuta. So, here we have to consider meaning number 2. Now, just for your information, I am telling you both meanings. Okay. Now, here which meaning falls is Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu, meaning the Lord of the entire universe. The Lord of the entire universe, or one who protects the entire universe, all the creatures. Prabhu is like a leader, Nathaha, the leader or the master. So, one who has a rule or one who protects the entire living creation, he is Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. This is the literal meaning. Now you go down, you look at the definition of this. Bhutam bhavyam bhavet cheti bhuta bhavya bhavanti tesham prabhu. That means Bhuta, this is one more meaning I told you, Bhuta. Now that is all the living creation. A third meaning you can consider, Bhuta, we say Bhuta Kalaha, meaning past tense. Bhavya, something which is there now, that is the present time. Bhavati. Now in Sanskrit, those who have learned, we have something called Bhavati present tense, Abhavat past tense, Bhavishyati future tense. Even those who don't know Sanskrit, for your information, you can note these things if you want. Bhavati, Vartaman Kala, present tense. That is Bhavya. Bhavyam, you would have heard this word. That means something which is there now. Now all of us, we are all Bhavya. We are still existing today. Maybe our ancestors are all Bhuta. They are no more physically alive, but they were there. Maybe our future generations, grandsons, great-grandsons, they will all be Bhavat, Bhavishyati in the future. They are not physically present today, but they might come in future. So the Lord who rules over all three, that is our ancestors, we ourselves and our future generations, this is Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. It's not that yesterday's time Lord Vishnu was the leader, today's times Lord Vishnu is the leader, and only tomorrow's time he will be the leader. No. Today, yesterday and tomorrow, for all three times, Lord Vishnu only was the leader. Leader, or you can say the master ruler of everyone. He is only the Lord. So this is the meaning of this. One who rules over the past, present and future. One who is always present, that is this Vishnu. That's how this name has come. Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. And the Nama that you chant for this, I think the first three names also I had told you the names that have to be chanted. Fourth name, how you chant it? Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhave Namaha. Note it down if you want. Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhave Namaha. And what is the Phalashruti for chanting this Nama? Long life. Now to lead a long life, that is the Phalashruti of chanting this Nama. Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhave Namaha. Now, it doesn't mean that long life, okay, I can live 100 years, so I will live somewhat extraordinarily 500 years. It is not that way. We have to think little practical and logical also. Whenever we pray for long life, or whenever this Phalashruti Not only for the Vishnu Sahasranama, anywhere it is mentioned, okay, if you chant this or if you do this, you will be blessed with long life. Long life, long healthy life, long happy life, long prosperous life. That is the meaning of long life. So it doesn't mean that, okay, 100 years is an average human birth that we have, so I will live something extraordinary for 1000 years. That is not the meaning. You might also live maybe for 100 years, but all through your years you will be happy, or you will be prosperous, or you will make the best of your life. That is what is the meaning when we say long life. Or today's times we see so many people in a young age, they pass away, or some kind of illness comes in, so all through their life maybe they are bedridden or they have to suffer something. So from all these kinds of troubles we will be free. So why I'm telling you this is, we should try, or we should know how to take the meanings. Whenever we say long life, doesn't mean only physically you just increase the number of years. That's not what happens. That's not how it happens. You live for 50 years or 100 years, the best how you live. That too by chanting the names of the Lord. Maybe spiritually also you can consider a little. That is the meaning, or that is a palashruti of long life that has been told here. Okay, so this was the meaning of this name. Now, as per now this is the meaning that Adi Shankaracharya tells. But Parashara Bhatta, or you can say the Vaishnava Sampradaya, we have something called Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Hinduism. Under Hinduism all these three come: Shaivism, Vaishnavism and Shaktism. So now Adi Shankaracharya, he was not a propounder of any one. He used to worship both. He has written stotras and shlokas on Shiva, Vishnu, Devi, everything. So he was a common practitioner. But we also have a separate practice of Vaishnavism, wherein they are specially devotees of Vishnu and his incarnations alone. They do not worship Shiva much. That doesn't mean that Shiva is not worshipped at all, but the worship is quite less. Mainly they propound Vishnu. So in Vaishnavism there is a story that goes behind this Nama, how this Nama comes in. So for this there was a person called Romaharsha. Roma. And this Romaharsha, he was a king. But do not get confused between Romapada. In the Ramayana times you have a king called Romapada. His Romapadas, he was the one who had adopted Dasharatha's firstborn daughter Shanta. Now, Kaushalya had, before Rama, in fact Rama and his 4 brothers, they had a sister called Shanta who was born of Kaushalya. But she was handicapped in her leg. And that's when Dasharatha gave the daughter to his friend, to his king. Romapada was his friend, and that's how Romapada had adopted Dasharatha's or Kaushalya's firstborn daughter Shanta. So that is a different story. That is Romapada. Here it is Romaharsha. So this, now Roma in general means a lot of hair. Now hair in the sense, not the hair on the head, it is the hair on our body. So now all of us as human beings or animals, if you see, we have hair all over our body, right? And in fact, we should have hair, otherwise it's like a protection. So all over our body when we have hair, to some extent it is fine, right? Now unlike animals or bears also, we don't have that much amount of hair. So whereas this person Romaharsha, he had a lot of hair growing all over his body. So now whenever there's some person, he looks absurd like this, people used to tease about, and so Romaharsha used to feel very bad. And then he said, what is this? Why I am having so much of hair? Is there any reason for this? Like usually in our case, in today's times, if something like this happens, what do? Maybe we go to a skin specialist, you go to a doctor, and maybe through artificial techniques we'll try to remove the hair and all other things, right? But Romaharsha in those times, maybe it was not so. And he was confused, saying that why only for me it is so much? All over hair used to grow, and all over his hands, legs, entire body. So he used to look very absurd, maybe not a human being at all, equal to an animal. So then once it so happened that he prays to Lord Brahma. Now Brahma, this position, though we say Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Brahma is the name of the position and not the Lord himself. So it's not that there is only one Brahma. Brahma keeps changing. Of course, for us, 1 year is 365 days. This amount is just 1 minute for Brahma. So Brahma lives for a very long time. For us, we are still, if you see the Sankalpa, we have Aivaswata Manvantare. When we chant that, we have the Brahma that is mentioned there. Next time, whenever you listen to a Sankalpa or you yourself do a Sankalpa, you can note these things. So we have special Brahmas who change after a certain yugas. So this Brahma is just one padavi that is there, or you can one padavi, or you can say one position. So this Romaharsha prays to Brahma, he goes to Brahma Loka only, and then he prays to Brahma saying that this is the problem that I'm having, what should I do? I don't know how much, it looks very bad, everyone is teasing me in earth, I don't know what to do. So at that time Brahma says, okay. He just ignores him, saying that okay, that is fine. Now you go, I will see, I'll tell you something later. So Romaharsha, he goes away from there. Now after a few years of Brahma, that means thousands and thousands of years for us, again this Romaharsha goes back. Now at that time when he goes back, he had gone, still his problem did not go away. He still waited because Brahma had told him that you wait for some time, it will go away by itself. So he waited patiently. Unlike us, okay, today something did not happen, tomorrow immediately we go to the doctor saying, yesterday you gave me medicine, today nothing, my problem is not cured, this, that, we go and fight. We cannot wait patiently till the remedy takes place, right? But Romaharsha, he waited for thousands of years. Brahma did not give him any medicine also, he just convinced him saying that it will be fine. And he went away. So this Romaharsha, after thousands of years, again he goes back to Brahma Loka. Then again he says, now but he is surprised to see that the Brahma whom we had met previously has been changed. I told you Brahma is a padavi, a position, not one single person. So now a new Brahma has come. Now this Brahma was very smart. He said that okay, now we should not always now this Brahma, when you say he had just joined, he just joined, he has just got this padavi of a Brahma. Now initially all of us also, whenever we join something newly or a new post or we get some new responsibility or something, when we start new, we are all very happy, right? Or we try to put in our best of efforts. So similarly this Brahma also, he had in his mind that okay, unlike the old Brahma, I should not send this Romaharsha away by just telling him everything will be fine. So literally the old Brahma had just ignored this Romaharsha. So I should not do that, because someone comes to me, I should surely tell him some remedy so that he has this belief in me that yes, this Brahma is very good. He'll go and tell 4 people and many people will come and meet me and I'll have a good name. So this Brahma just joined and he was very happy. So he called this Romaharsha. Romaharsha tells him his problem. So at that time now, but the new Brahma who was there, he did not know any solution for this. So what he does, he says you go to Vishnu and pray. Maybe he can only guide you. He gives him a proper solution, but unlike the old Brahma who just sent him away. Now this Romaharsha goes to Vishnu. And when he goes to Vishnu, it is said that Vishnu was in Yoga Nidra as usual. So when he goes to Vishnu and he prays to Lord Vishnu, at that time Vishnu comes and Vishnu asks him what happened, what is your problem, why have you come here? So then Romaharsha tells a story, this is what happened and so on. So at that time Vishnu tells him that this is something for which you have been blessed naturally. Nothing can be done for this. Why so much of Roma is there on your body? The reason being to calculate the time and to show the significance of my name, Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. So he says that the time from where you go on earth and then again you come back to Brahma Loka, again you go on earth, you come back to Brahma Loka, then again you come to Vishnu Loka, Vaikuntha to meet me. Like this your entire journey that you keep going up and down, it is like for the earth it is past, present and future, because thousands of years have passed about, right? But in spite of all that, the hair in your body remains erect, means the hair in your body is still intact. Now I told you Brahma has changed, this position Brahma, new Brahma has been appointed in office, but in spite of that Romaharsha's hair is still erect. So Vishnu says that purposely this has been given to you to show to the world that just as the hair on the end of your body, on all the ends of your body is still there in spite of Brahma getting changed, in spite of thousands of years gone away, similarly I, the Lord Vishnu, will always be present as Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. So this story has been told just to signify or to show the essence, or you can say show the importance of Vishnu being existing all over, right from the past times, present times and future times, through the story of Romaharsha. So just as the Romaharsha's hair is still there all over his body, there was no remedy to it. He kept traveling up and down to Brahmaloka, Vaikuntha, earth and so on, but still the hair was there. Similarly, Vishnu also is present as Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. So the story is just told to signify this name. So it's just used like a comparison for people to understand. Now maybe when I told you the story, you could understand the meaning better. So that's why the story has been told. Okay, did everyone understand the meaning of this nama?
Amaka.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Can we chant Bhavat Prabhu also?
No. Bhavat Prabhave Namaha. Namaha has to be there. Namaha is a worship, right? I worship to that. So, Namaha. Prabhave Namaha. Okay? Now, when you say Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu, in the Vishnu Sahasranama, you chant it that way. But if you are chanting this nama, this name alone, then Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhave Namaha. Okay? Move on. Next was Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaraha Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. This is one name, okay? 4 names are done. 4 names, 20 minutes, so you go at this pace for one name. Anyway, it's okay. So I told you the Phalashruti of this name is long life. Next, Bhutakrit Bhutabhrit Bhavo. Next is Bhutakrit. Now here while chanting also many people make a mistake. They are not very, it is first is Bhutakrit and next is Bhutabhrit. Please note this. While chanting also sometimes many of us we make a mistake. Bhutakrit. And these are 2 meanings that have been told. Again, this Shankaracharya has given the definitions. Rajogunam samashritya virinchi rupena bhutani karoti iti. Now there is one correction here. In the English meaning, if you see, the one who takes support of Rajas, that is Rajogunam, in the form of Brahman it is given. It is not Brahman, it is Brahma. Brahma is a creator. Virinchi Patni is another name for Goddess Saraswati. Virinchi, another name for Lord Brahma. There is a difference between Brahman and Brahma. Brahman is a supreme. Brahma is Lord Brahma. So here you should make the correction. It should be Brahma in the form of Brahma, Lord Brahma. Now what is the meaning of this name? Bhutakrit. That means creation, creating something by taking the support of different qualities, Rajogunas, Tamogunas. What is this Rajoguna, Tamoguna? In the Gita, those who have learned, you will have this chapter number 16 especially, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. That means now nobody need not be proud that okay, I have only Sattva-guna in me, I have only Rajoguna in me, I have only Tamoguna in me. All human beings, we have all kinds of gunas. Sattva-guna, very pure quality, you can say very good, very superior. Rajoguna, mediocre. Sometimes I have evil qualities, sometimes I have good qualities. Tamoguna, I have only evil qualities always. Now, all the people, we have all these 3 qualities in us, Sattva, Raja, Tama. Some people will say, no, I am always good. Hardly I have a few qualities, maybe maximum I can have Rajoguna. Tamoguna is impossible. Remember, all these 3 qualities have been given to us by God. That means while we are by the Creator Himself, by Virinchi Himself. Depending on the situation, we bring out our qualities. Maybe now, while we are listening to the Vishnu Sahasranama, maybe Sattva Guna is at its peak. You are listening to something good. Forget about listening to the stories of God, religion, all that. That is one thing. But at least you are not causing harm to anyone or to yourself. Maybe you are just sitting in a place and listening. That's it. So this is Sattva Guna. Now maybe in the middle, say your child, he comes in the middle and he disturbs you, saying he tries to maybe touch you or something, he does any kind of disturbance, you shout at the child. Rajoguna, little. So it's not that it is very bad or evil, oh how dare you shout at the child, no. It was needed at that time, so you did, but shouting or maybe getting angry is bad. So that is Rajoguna. So your main quality, you were into Sattva Guna only. You were listening to the story, whatever I was telling you were listening. In between you had some disturbance, you had to show your Rajoguna. So there Rajoguna came in between. You did not expect this. Okay, 1 hour, 8:30 to 9:30, okay, I'm just going to listen. That's what you had planned. But in middle, you had something, you had a disturbance, you had to show your Rajoguna, you had to get angry. Now maybe something, you have a big argument, someone comes and just in the middle of the class, someone comes and tells you something, how dare you did this, how dare you did that, or maybe you would have not done something but still they came and they put the blame on you. I'm just giving you an example. So what do? You keep everything, the class, everything aside, maybe you end it, you just go and fight with the person, you argue, maybe it gets into a physical fight and so on. So the Sattva Guna, everything has been thrown apart, you have kept it aside, you have forgotten that okay, something was going on, I was listening to the Vishnu Sahasranama, no, Nothing. You keep everything aside and you go and argue there, no, I did not do this, how dare you put the blame on me, and so on. There is tamoguna. No quality of sattva, no quality of rajo, you are only indulging into tamoguna. Or maybe someone comes and say, come, let us go out for a smoke, let us go out for a drink. So you leave everything aside and you go for that. That is where tamoguna comes in. So depending on the situations, all of us, we try to show our different qualities. Now we need not feel bad about this, saying that how can someone be 24 hours, I cannot be only good, right? Depending on the situations, of course my qualities do change. Like rajoguna, sometimes I get angry. Tamoguna, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly also I do go on the evil path, or in past I would have done so, today I regret, or even now also there is no guarantee. Someone comes and tells me, okay, let's go for a drink. Maybe at that time I feel, okay, what's the harm in having one? There's nothing, let me go there. Then later we realize, oh, I should have not done this that day. I started this habit, till date it is with me. I'm just giving you one example. So like this, there are many examples wherein sattva guna, rajo guna and tamo guna, depending on the situation and the people and things around, these qualities develop in us. So here this bhuta kriti. Now kriti meaning to do something, and bhuta meaning this entire living creation. So basically the meaning of this word is bhuta kriti, creation, creating something. The literal meaning is creation without existence. You want to understand the meaning? I'll tell you the story behind this. Now, in the Krishna Avatara, we have a story wherein Lord Krishna, as a small boy, as a cowherd boy, he goes out with his friends for grazing. So there are different boys who come with him, and in the morning they used to go and return back by evening. So at that time, once it so happened that Brahma comes there. Brahma was very proud. He is a creator. So he comes there and he steals all the cows and also takes the boys away, except Krishna. Now, Krishna was Lord Vishnu himself. He knew this. But in spite of that, because he was in Krishna Avatara as a small boy, he kept searching for the boys all around, all the cows where they went. He called out to the boys, called out to the cows. But Brahma had stolen all of them and he went away. So now Krishna in the form of Vishnu, he thought that this Brahma has become very proud of himself. I only have bought him out from my navel and I've told him to maybe create this world. He is a creator. He has got this name that he is a creator. And in spite of that, by doing all this, he's become very proud today, and that's the reason he's playing with me. So in this instant, Brahma's Rajoguna little has come. So Brahma had only sattvic gunas, sattva gunas in him. Because he is a creator of the world. He had done good. He had preserved the Vedas with him. Also, he has created the world. But here, little bit of Rajoguna, that is, pride has come in. Okay, I have created this world. So let me play with Vishnu in the form of Krishna. He has taken Krishna Avatara. So let me play a bit with him. Let's see what Krishna does. So he did it in a playful way only. But then Krishna also felt that no, now this Brahma has to be taught a lesson. So now what he does is, Krishna, he goes around here and there, he keeps searching for the boys, cows, no one is present. It's almost evening now, everyone, they have to go back. So people, the villagers also, Yashoda, all other, the Gopikas, then everyone will come out searching for their children and their cows. But this Brahma has taken the kids away, he don't know where all of them have been. So what he does is, he sees now this Brahma, he has taken all of them to Brahmaloka. To Brahmaloka, those people, the children who went around with Krishna, also the cows, they don't know anything. They have not realized that they have been stolen. Because in Brahmaloka also they can see another Krishna, they can see a pasture for themselves, they can see their cows grazing. So they don't know that they have been picked up from the earth and they have gone to Brahmaloka. And as I told you, for us, if it is 1 year, that is just a minute for Krishna. So for Brahma, in Brahmaloka. So everyone is enjoying up. Krishna sees this, says, oh, all these people are ignorant, they don't know they are on earth or Brahmaloka, so I should go and save them. So what he does is, he also goes to Brahmaloka. Now when he goes to Brahmaloka, now Brahma did not expect this, that he will come to Brahmaloka. So now he stayed there for an entire day in Brahmaloka. They spent an entire day. Now, entire day seemed to be, that entire day in Brahmaloka is 1 year for all of us. So now, but if it is on earth 1 year, So people will come, right? 1 year nobody, it's not that no one will come and look for their children or cows. And one day only people do come. So then what Krishna does is, he assumed different forms, like the Rasa Leela, wherein Krishna, for every Gopika, all the Gopikas felt that Krishna himself was dancing with them. Similarly, all the children who had gone missing and all the cows who had gone missing, Krishna assumed different forms, wherein he assumed the forms of all his friends and his cows, and he went to the houses. And 1 year, that's how Krishna stayed there. So all of them felt that, okay, this is my son only, this is my cow only, and so on. So they did not feel any difference in Gokula. But then, in Vrindavana. But then Brahma here he realized his mistake. Now Brahma was not evil, he was not bad. Remember this, it's not an asura or a demon. Just at that time, for a few seconds or for a few minutes, that pride came in, and that's what caused him to do this. So now he realized that, oh, Krishna is so smart, there is no use of tricking the Lord anyway. So the reason being, so here Krishna tries to show Brahma a lesson that if you can do something and try to cause trouble to me, I can also show you how it is. And then further again he goes to Brahma Loka. So now Brahma was surprised to see, now where is the confusion, I'll tell you. So Brahma was surprised to see all the boys and cows, everything was normal. He had expected that now everyone will come and ask Krishna, come and question Krishna, where are my children, where are my cows, what have you done with them, and so on. But it did not happen so. He found that Krishna had assumed different forms and nobody knew the difference, everything was just normal. So then Krishna sits and he's just, Brahma is just wondering what to do, oh, I made a grave mistake. So thinking he comes on earth, he was on earth only because he had stolen everything, all the boys and cows, and gone to Brahmaloka. So now he returns back to Brahmaloka, and there he is surprised to see all the other boys and cows there also. Now Brahma is confused. He said that just on earth I saw all the boys and cows, everyone. In Brahmaloka also I am seeing them. But on earth all those boys and cows were all forms of Krishna. And in Brahmaloka they were the real boys and cows that were stolen by Brahma. So then now Brahma realized, now Brahma is full confused. He doesn't know what to do. Then he comes back to earth, he falls on the feet of Krishna and saying that, sorry, I made a grave mistake. I knew that you were Vishnu himself, but then I just wanted to play about. I became a bit proud. So please forgive me. I'll bring back all the children and cows and you can be normal. So here Krishna forgives Brahma, and at the same time he tells that though you have been given the Padavi, or you can say the title of the creator, remember that I am Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu, I am only Vishnu, I am only Vashatkaraha, I am only Vishwaha, I am only Vishwam. Means the whole world is in me, I am in the whole world. So therefore always remember that though you have been given the creator, you are also born through my navel only. So don't be very proud of yourself. So this Bhuta Krit, that is why it is given creation without existence. I told you in English the meaning, the literal translation. Reason being, though Brahma is a creator, everything has been done by Vishnu only, just Brahma has been given the title. Now to understand this, I'll just give you a simple example. For example, there are two girls. Two girls are cooking something. So in that, one girl knows to cook very well and the other girl does not know to cook. But then someone just comes and tells the other girl that you also cook and show something. So then she takes it as a challenge. You don't know anything. If someone comes and tells us you don't know to do this, so at that time we feel bad, or we take it as a challenge. Oh, I'll show that person how I know to do things, right? So similarly here also, the other girl, she feels very bad. She feels bad when someone comes and tells her that you cannot do this. So then she tells, no, I will also cook and show you something. So she tells her friend, the girl who could cook well, that I want to cook something. Today I am going to cook, you don't cook at all. So the other girl, she is her best friend. She knows that, okay, this girl cannot cook anything. So what she does is, the next day whenever they have to make a dish, anything they have to cook, the girl who knows cooking, she keeps all the things ready, all the ingredients that are needed, and then she calls the other girl, okay, now you can cook, these are the things that are there. She teaches the girl how to cook, you put this, put that, you light the gas, and so on, everything she does. And then after all, she tells her, you put this, put that, do this, and she helps the girl who does not know cooking, she helps everything. And in the last, so in the girl who knew cooking, she only has done everything. She has kept the ingredients. She tells the other girl, you put this, put that, light the gas, off the gas. She keeps the vessels down. Everything has been done by the girl who knows cooking. So originally everything was done by the first girl only. Whereas the second girl at the end, just by doing a few things, maybe just whatever was told to her, put this, put that, only that she has done. But in spite of that, this dish has been cooked by the second girl. The title has gone to the second girl. So similarly here, Vishnu is the girl who knew cooking. It's like the girl who knew cooking. He is the one who has done everything. But a few things have been done, like the second girl did with the help of the first girl. Similarly, Brahma is also like the second girl, who with the help of Vishnu, or Vishnu is only the main creator, the help of that Brahma has done a few things, and that's how he has got the title of the creator. So Vishnu here tries to show him, saying that this is the meaning of the word Bhutakrita, and Vishnu tries to show, do not be proud. You have done something little, you have got this title, I have given you this, that doesn't mean that you become proud. So that is the meaning of this word Bhutakrita. Okay. So the Nama that you chant for this is Bhutakrite Namaha. Previous it was Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhave Namaha. For this it is Bhutakrite Namaha. Bhutakrite Namaha. Now, when Brahma was going up and down, like on the earth also he found the boys and the cows who were missing. In Brahmaloka also he found the boys and cows who were missing. So he became very tired, going up and down, up and down. He did not know what to do. So if we chant this Nama, there will be no tiredness or no fatigue. Usually for all of us, what happens, at least in the case of Brahma, he put in a lot of efforts of going up to Brahmaloka and then coming back to earth. But for us, we walk a few miles also, we are tired. No, I cannot do this. I work for 1 hour today, and the remaining 23 hours I have to sleep. Right? That is our attitude that is there. But you would have seen, whenever we have something to do, very important to do, at that time only we feel more tired, right? Otherwise, in all other times it is okay, but something has to be done at that time. The entire world's tiredness as if comes on us only, and we feel, no, I cannot do anything, I have to just rest, right? So no fatigue or no tiredness can be experienced if this Nama or if this name is chanted Bhutakrite Namaha. Did everyone understand this name Nama? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now next. Yes, Naganathan, ask something? No? Okay. Next Nama. Bhutakrit, Bhutabrit. Bhutabrit. Now Bhutabrit is something like, the meaning is nourisher or a protector. Now what nourishes in general life, what is the source of nourishment for all of us? Food. Only when we have food we can be happy. So the one who provides food to all of us, that is Bhutabrit, the Lord only. Lord Vishnu only provides food to all of us. Now this food is something which is, however great you are, however rich you are, however poor you are, wherever you work, whatever you do, you are God, you are a normal human being, you are an animal or any creation, what is common to all of us is food. So you are a great saint or you are a roadside beggar. Ultimately both of us, maybe the quantity, quality of food, everything will be different, but food is one thing which is there, which is common. Right from the time we are born till the time we die, food is something which has to be there. You go for a marriage, you will have food. You go for a death ceremony, you have food. So whatever may be the situation, what remains common is food alone. So food is something. Now whenever we talk about food also, now this Nama, one is the religious aspect. You see, the Lord, the one who provides food, he has to be worshipped. That is one thing. But this Nama also tries to show the importance and the respect that should be given to food. Now for us, usually we take food or something as a very light sin. What is there in so much food? You just eat something, fill your stomach and go away. That is not the way to do so. That is why you see many people till date, they will avoid the roadside food. Or maybe you go, sometimes we eat, that's a different thing. But then maybe the roadside stalls and all, they'll say, no, we don't know the quality of food that is there. One is the physical aspect, you might fall ill, that is one thing. And second is, it is like an insult to the food. Maybe you have a lot of mosquitoes breeding there, or you use the food with dirty hands. It is disrespect to the food and ultimately to the provider of food, that is Lord Vishnu himself. That is why this name has come, Bhuta Bhrita. Bhrita is like the nourisher or the provider, Bhuta for the living creation. So what does he provide? It is food. So to take care, to support, to sustain, and as it is told here, palayati, dharayati, poshayati, poshanam, meaning nutrition or nourishment is poshanam. Poshayati is nourishing. Now for this again there is a story, or you can refer to the Gita also. Now in the Gita 15th chapter we have a verse. Aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritaha. Food is such an important element that Lord Krishna had to mention it in the Gita also. So what he says there, now see, we do some puja maybe every day, or on special occasions we offer naivedyam to the Lord at home, or you go to any temples, pujas, anywhere. Now till date what we believe is, or I assume that nobody has seen this till date, that Lord comes and eats the naivedyam food, right? No. All of us, we have not seen this. And we have also been made to believe that no, naivedyam has to be offered. We also know that Lord is not going to come and eat that. Only with this belief we are offering naivedyam, right? But this is there only for this aspect. Now, so for some other person, someone comes to our house, we don't offer naivedyam and say, okay, now I know this person is not going to eat, but still I'm offering him food. Do we do that? No. In fact, if the person does not eat, we'll shout at the person, I'm giving you food, you're not eating, right? But in the case of God, it doesn't happen. So we offer naivedyam with the belief that he is not going to eat, right? Only with that we offer. So then the Lord gives a very good explanation for this, saying that you devotees have a problem that I don't eat your naivedyam. But there he tries to show that even if I start eating food like you, whoever gives, whatever comes in my way, if I also start eating like you, then there will be no difference between you and me. He says, I accept the food that you give me with all devotion that is there, I'm accepting it. But I don't have to physically come and show you that I'm eating it. You are ignorant enough, you can see only with your physical naked eyes, but I have already accepted it, that you just develop that feeling, that is more than enough, and you eat the same food as prasada. So this is a belief that goes behind naivedya. So then, but still now this all is like, it depends on belief. Something is coming and saying physically I will not eat the food, mentally I have accepted. What nonsense all this, how can I believe this? This is a very practical question. Okay, now if someone comes and asks, especially now small children also, or you would have many people, as young children, whenever such naivedyam is offered at home, at least once in our life, all of us, we would have surely asked this question, maybe to our parents, grandparents, elders, that why this food is not being eaten by Lord, right? Or even now also we'll have a question in this mind, I am offering every day, not one morsel is being eaten. Or especially during the Janmashtami, Gokulashtami time, what we do, we offer now Lord Krishna is born at night 12 o'clock. So we offer all the butter and all other things that we make, we keep it there. With the belief that, okay, he will come and he will eat. So at night we eat, night we keep everything. Next morning we see everything is intact. Krishna has not eaten anything. Then we'll have night 12 o'clock also, I am keeping everything, this person is not coming and eating, why should I even do this? Right? Ultimately, if I am only going to eat, then why should I keep everything at night? I'll eat it next morning whenever I want. I can take it from the fridge, I can take it from the boxes where I have kept it, and I'll eat it. Why should I even keep it for him? This is a very practical question. Yes, why, if the person is not going to eat, why should I even keep something? For this, the Lord himself gives a very beautiful answer, saying that in the Gita he gives, Aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritaha. He says that I do not want to fill my stomach, but because I am Bhuta Bhrita, I have to ensure that the whole world eats, and the first morsel of food that all the living beings eat, that morsel is me, or that morsel will be eaten by me also in the form of Vaishvanara Agni. Vaishvanara Agni is nothing but the digestive juice or the digestive glands that are present in the stomach, which help in digestion. So Lord himself is so compassionate, saying that he says, I do not want to fill my own stomach. You offer me naivedyam, okay, I accept all that, but I don't want to eat that physical food. I want to eat the food which all my living beings eat, because I am Bhuta Bhrita. My first responsibility is all the creations, or all my children in the form of different animals, birds, insects, human beings, they should fill their stomachs properly. Only then I will be happy. Therefore, the first morsel of food that we eat, that gets digested or that is eaten by me in the form of Vaishwanara Agni. So I am present in the stomach of all the living beings in the form of Vaishwanara Agni, that is nothing but the digestive glands, digestive juices that are there. So this is the significance of the Lord. Very beautiful explanation he gives. And once you listen to this explanation, no one else will question next time that why my Nevidyam is not being accepted by the Lord. This is a very beautiful answer that the Lord himself tells. And you may ask anything, or however evil or good a person might be, maybe all our other wishes might not be fulfilled. Maybe I want a car, I want a house, I want a good job, I want lots of money. Maybe when we pray to God this way, maybe these wishes are not fulfilled. But someone prays that I want good food. Poor people also, if we cannot afford, God surely blesses people with food. If you chant this name, Bhuta Brite Namaha. Reason being, he will never want anyone to be starving. Now, of course, there is a lot of poverty everywhere, that is one thing. But then, now poverty is not only due to like starvation, poverty, things like that. Especially in India, this is existing even till date. So, for this now should we go and blame Vishnu, saying that because of you, if you say Bhuta Brite Namaha, you say I provide food to everyone, why are people still starving, why are people still poor, there are so many children I see on the roadside, they are not eating. For that, reasons are many. The family itself is poor, they cannot fetch for themselves. But even them also, if they chant the names of the Lord, they can also surely fill their stomachs. That is the significance of this name, Bhuta Brite Namaha, wherein whatever other prayers they might be unanswered. But if someone prays sincerely for food, food will surely be provided by the Lord, and the person will always eat meals or always to his satisfaction. Now here also, now when we say about food, this is one thing. Even Ayurveda talks about this. Now I'm just giving you some reference, it's not directly related to the Vishnu Sahasranama, but even Ayurveda has something called, the first line itself, when it talks about food, it has something Hita Mita Bhoji. Hita Mita Bhoji. What is the meaning of this? Bhoji is eating. Hita Mita. Hita is have good food. Good food is boiled food or maybe not contaminated food. Have good food. Mita. This is very, very important. In proper quantity or in proper measure. Only till you want. So, many of the digestive problems, stomach problems, all our indigestion problems happen due to overeating, 90%. When we don't understand the quantity of food that we eat, oh I like this, I'll take that more. We don't understand that my stomach's capacity is only so much. But still we don't understand that, we just keep on filling it. As per Ayurveda, this is told, Hita Mita Bhoji, eat good food in proper quantity, in proper measure, otherwise it will lead to problems. Now, as per Ayurveda, further you also have something that we must, those who have, you know a little bit of Ayurveda, you know this. So there again one more thing has been told, that the food that we eat, it should fill only half our stomach. Practically this is not possible for most of us. We fill or we eat food till our stomach is full. No, I cannot eat anymore, or rather overfull, right? But as per Ayurveda, what is told is, fill your stomach and stop eating when you feel that your stomach is half. Your stomach is half full, you feel okay, I've eaten, I can eat a little more, but then I'll stop here. As per Ayurveda Shastram, it is said that you stop there. The remaining, now half stomach is full with food. What about the remaining half stomach? Half, in that half, you have to divide it into two, quarter. 1 quarter should be filled with water. That's why we drink water, right? Or water also should be drunk. So half is food, 1 quarter is water. Still 1 more quarter remains. What should be done there? That has to be filled with air. Air, now for this air, when we just breathe in, breathe out, so that is air. That automatically goes in. But there should be space. That's why we say, I cannot even breathe now, my stomach is full. We make some statements like this, right? Reason being, you've eaten so much that you cannot even intake air now. Even breathing and breathing in and breathing out air seems to be very, very heavy. So this is as per Ayurveda Shastra. Now why this is so? This is actually very logical. Now we have a mixer at home, right? We have a mixer, we used to grind different things. Now say for example, you're grinding something. Now whenever we grind something in a mixer, in the mixer jar, it's not that we fill it to the brim. Right? Now something in a mixer jar, you fill something till the brim, when you actually churn it, when you put it in the mixer, the thing will fall out. It will overflow and it will come out. So what we do is we fill only till maybe half or maximum 3/4, not more than that. Why? There should be some space in the mixer for the mixer to grind and churn whatever we have put inside. Stomach is also like a mixer only. It is digesting the food inside, it is also churning it. So it also needs some space. That is the reason Ayurveda believes that half stomach you fill it with food, quarter with water and quarter with air. So the stomach is also like a churner only, which has to be filled only half. So this is the meaning. So these are all different stories, different references that talk about the significance of food, and Lord Krishna himself, he mentions this in the Gita. So like this, this is the importance of food that has been told. And the nama for this name is Bhutabrite Namaha. Bhutabrite Namaha. If we chant this name, there will be no shortage of food, or never ever we'll have to suffer something, or some people we have starvation. All such problems will never exist whenever we chant this name. Bhutabrite Namaha. Okay. Did everyone understand this name? Yes? Okay. We'll move on. One more name I think we can see. Next is Bhutabrit, Bhutakrit, Bhutabrit, Bhavo. Next is Bhavo. Bhavo, the literal name is Bhavaha. Now what is the name of this Bhavaha? Now Bhavaha, I'll just scroll this down. Bhavaha means the only one, or one only, or you can say the Vishwarupa Darshana, the form of the Lord in the universe, or one who shows that the entire universe or the entire creation is in me. That is nothing but Vishwarupa Darshana, the Vishwarupa form of Lord Vishnu. Now where does this form exist? For this again there is a story. Now what happens is, once again during the Krishna Avatara times only, now we know the story, Pandavas and Kauravas, they had a dispute right from the time they were born. So finally Duryodhana, he gives a barren land, or you can say useless land, in which no agriculture, no development, nothing could be done to the Pandavas. Does anyone know the name of that land? What was given to the Pandavas?
Khandavaprastha.
Indraprastha. That is Indraprastha. Yeah.
Yudhishthira named after the Prastha. It was given Khandavaprastha.
Khandavaprastha. But it was called as Indraprastha.
They had
right?
given.
They had.
So Indraprastha was after it was beautifully built.
Correct.
Had named it
That's
as
what.
Indraprastha. But initially the land that he had given was Khandavaprastha.
Now for this again there is a story. The land was beautifully made later by Krishna and the Pandavas, but then this Khandavaprastha, this name, this Khandava, meaning has come because the land was fully barren, it was useless. And so the original, and it is said that before the Pandavas' time also, the land was actually very good. You can say it was used for a lot of agriculture and other things. It was a very fresh, fertile land. So the original name only, though later this name has become famous as Indraprastha, this Khandavaprastha is not, it's not a proper noun. It is actually because of the barrenness of the land, therefore we call it as Indraprastha. So I just told a common name. Indraprastha is known for everyone. Correct. Khandavaprastha is the first name because it was barren. That's how the name has come. And later it was beautifully made. It looked like Indraloka. That's, there are different references why it is called Indraprastha. One reference is it looked like Indraloka, therefore it was called Indraprastha. So originally this place was very barren. So then with the efforts of Krishna, now Krishna, for these 5 brothers, what not he has done, everything he has done. So he even turned this barren land into a very fertile land, and all the brothers, they were staying there and so on. But again, so this was one thing, but again then Krishna, then the Duryodhana, he sent the Pandavas to the forest. 12 years they had to stay in Vanavasa, 13th year they had to stay in incognito. Even then Duryodhana said, no, last day I saw you, you were all, I found out you had to stay in disguise, but still I found out. And so on. All such things he had told. In spite of all this, they faced all this, and finally the war was there. So now, even at this juncture, wherein the Vanavasa had been done, the Indraprastha had been given, the incognito, that is 1 year of disguise had been done. Still Duryodhana is telling, no, I found you on the last day. Now the Pandavas did not know what to do. So once it so happened that now the war was inevitable. Now Duryodhana is still fighting. So then they knew that okay, now maybe war only has to take place. But still, before the war, now it's not that when we have an argument with someone also, it's not that first only you go and hit the person, right? No. Maybe first we talk politely. We have a normal argument saying that no, this is not it is. This is not the way it has to be done. We can do it this way. Maybe the opposite person also tells the same thing. No, what you're saying is wrong. This is how it has to be done. Maybe both of us we don't listen. Maybe we raise our voices. Right? No, this is how it has to be done. That's it. Only the last stage when there is no solution, if needed, maybe you hit the person also. That too we don't do usually. So that only the last stage will be wherein some terrible action is done. So the war also in this case has to be only the last option. So the first two options have to be done, right? Maybe go and convince, argue and all that. So from Duryodhana was not ready to listen to anything, and all the people also, they were all mad, you can say. In the Kaurava kingdom, they were all just, in spite of Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Bhishma, everyone being there, in the name of Raja Dharma, they used to just listen to Duryodhana. And Dhritarashtra was a king who felt his son was the greatest in the whole world. No one to blame about here, but that's how the Kuru army was there. So then from the Pandava side, they decided to send Krishna as a Duta, as a messenger, saying that for peace, for maintaining peace. How today we have some external affairs minister going to maintain peace with different relations, or the prime minister going to maintain relations. Similarly, Krishna was sent from the Pandavas army to talk to Duryodhana and the Kauravas, saying that now let us avoid the war. Mutually, let us have some understanding, get proper things divided amongst you and the Pandavas, so that everyone is happy, we can all live together peacefully. But Duryodhana was not ready. Now when Duryodhana knew that, oh, this Krishna is coming now to convince me, what he does is, the throne on which, or the seat on which Krishna was about to sit, below that he had made a hole, so that whenever Krishna sits on it, the chair would fall down, Krishna would also fall down. So this was all his trick. So he had made a hole below, and below the hole, the ground below, he had kept many, you can say, big warriors, bodybuilders and everyone, so that whenever Krishna used to fall there, all those people you can hit and kill Krishna there and then. So this was Duryodhana's plan. So he had made that hole. On top of that, he had put a red color cloth, a nice cloth, a throne and everything, so that nobody will know that actually there is a hole inside and someone can fall down. So Krishna comes there. Krishna was very smart. He knew all these plans. He did not actually sit in the throne. So now Duryodhana was waiting, when will Krishna sit? And never before he had shown so much of respect and affection to Krishna. But today, surprisingly, he was saying, no, Krishna, please have a seat, sit down, we can sit and speak, and so on. So here itself, Krishna was surprised. This Duryodhana, who always, he does not even look at me, today he is telling me to sit. So there only he had a doubt. So then, in spite of that, Krishna said, okay, I will sit. He sits on the throne, it falls down, the seat. But Krishna does not fall inside. He just goes a bit inside and comes out and shows his Vishwarupa Darshana. Vishwarupa Darshana, that is the form wherein the entire creation, the entire universe is seen in him. He is seen in the entire universe. You would have seen the Vishwarupa Darshana. Krishna, Lord Vishnu having many heads, Hanuman, Ganesha and so on. Different, all the creations coming in from one side, going out from one side. So that picture, chapter 11 of the Gita, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, you have the different names. You can just go through that if you want to know more about Vishwarupa Darshana. Duryodhana, everyone was stumbled to see that form of Krishna. So here, this is where, that's how this name has come as Bhavaha for Lord Vishnu, wherein he shows this form of Vishwarupa Darshana to everyone. Now, what is the direct connection of this story with Vishwarupa Darshana? Or is this story even...
Lakshmi, just 1 second. Actually, the Dhritarashtra in fact sees the Vishwarupa Darshana, na?
That is during the war times when Sanjaya tells him.
That. Appa Duryodhana also sees,
Duryodhana was in the field, so there he doesn't see. This is before, in the palace, before the war, these things happen, wherein Krishna tries to show. But see, now Duryodhana, all the people of Hastinapura actually see the Vishwarupa Darshana, that is what is told here. But Duryodhana was so mean enough that, in spite of Lord Krishna so showing him the Vishwarupa Darshana, he was still getting confused that why Krishna did not fall down and why he is still alive. So he was thinking about that. For this, I'll give you a very simple example. All of us, we go to temples, right? Whenever we go to the temple, we look at the idol of the Lord. But 100%, many times we are just looking at the idol, we are just looking at the statue and staring. In our minds, we have so much thought. We look here and there. What is the priest doing? What prasada he is bringing? Who is coming? Such thoughts do linger. Same thing happens with the case of Duryodhana also. So therefore, there is no statement in the Mahabharata that tells that Duryodhana has seen Vishwarupa Darshana. No. Because...
This is Krishna Rayabaram, is it?
Sorry?
Krishna Rayabaram. Krishna Rayabaram.
Krishna
He
Raya.
goes-
Correct, correct. So here, the point that has been told is, here Lord Krishna comes in the form of Pandavaduta. Pandavaduta, messenger of the Lord, wherein Duryodhana wants to put him down. He wanted to ensure that Krishna is killed therein, but Krishna emerged strong and tried to show the world that you cannot put me down because the whole universe is in me. So rather than Vishwarupa, though the form is called Vishwarupa Darshana, the main aim of showing this was, you cannot put me down. If I fall down, it will like the entire world will get a limp. And it is said that when Krishna, for a minute or so when he sat on the throne, he stumbled, right, because there was a hole below it. So when Krishna stumbled little, it is said that, and he fell down, he got hurt on his back. It is said that the whole world, including Shiva, Parvati, Brahma, Vishnu, Brahma, Saraswati, Lakshmi, all the creations, all the animals, insects, and different human beings also, they got a blow on their back. Reason being, Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaraha. The entire world is in me, I am in the entire world. So here also again, Bhavaha, the whole universe is of the Lord. So when the Lord himself fell down, he got hurt little. The whole world felt the pain. That is what is believed in. So here what the Lord tries to show is, if you try to put me down also, you only will suffer because the whole universe is in with me. So he tries to show Duryodhana here that how much ever you try to put me down, I cannot fall down because this is my word. So here he actually tries to show Duryodhana by showing the Vishwarupa Darshana that you see how the creation is coming, how the creation is going out. So the whole universe is in me, so you do not try to do all such things to me. In fact, you make peace with Pandavas and stay happily with your brothers. So this is one story that shows, or for this name, Bhavaha. So the literal meaning of the word Bhavaha is one who exists in the form of the universe, or the entire universe is in him. So that is, he is the only one who exists. That's how when he fell down and got hurt, the entire world also felt that pain. So he has to be only one. So we are all only that one form of the Lord. We are all different parts we can see, but we are all just one. So this is what this name Bhavaha tries to show. Okay. So yes.
It was the first Vishnu Darshan when he comes as a Shanti Durga that time.
Yes, Shanti Dutta. Correct. So the name for this that we have to chant is Bhavaya Namaha. Bhavaya Namaha. And by chanting this name, what we know is we develop this understanding. Unlike Duryodhana, who could not develop that everything all around is a form of God only, form of Lord Vishnu himself. So if we develop this quality, we never have evil qualities of maybe troubling someone or getting angry over someone, speaking bad about someone. If we realize that everyone around is God himself or a creation of God, if you are also God, I am also God, and like everyone felt the blow when the Lord felt, if everywhere the whole universe is just him, we'll never develop evil qualities in us. Okay, so with this, the seventh name is done. Bhavaya Namaha.